YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Takame Love Anime back with another video. If you can hear any outside noise, I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about that, but I'm gonna try to minimize it as much as possible. Before this video starts, like, comment, subscribe, all that really helps out this channel. I can post videos, but without the support of y'all, I can't take off and spread this channel for other people to see. But today the topic of the video is gonna be, today's topic is the pressures of feeling that you have to buy physical manga versus reading online. So today that you see in front of you is just a little couple of books that I have personally on me right now that I just gathered throughout the last week or two or a month ago. Like the two solo levelings that you see, one I got like a week ago. Number 3, my friend bought for me like 2 weeks ago. Everything else I got recently in like the last 8 days. The Akira box set, you'll see clips of that. That is what my friends got me for my birthday. My birthday was June 20th. Shout out to them. I really appreciate y'all. They bought me the Akira box set, one of the box sets that was on my list. And me saying that really dives into my point that I'm going to start the video on. So when it comes to box sets compared to single volumes, in a way, I think box sets are meant for people that are collectors and have that money to go that route. I don't advise everybody to go that route of a box set because it's not for everybody. And box sets, depending on how you go, can get pricey. It's just how it just depends on where you get them from. Right Stuff might have them for discounted. They got this one off of Barnes and Nobles. It was a little bit more than on Right Stuff, but that's just how things go. I've personally been myself too. Ever since I've started my YouTube channel, I felt the pressures of having to have like a 60 volume like manga haul, or if I'm not unboxing box set after box set after box set with like 80 volumes or volumes of a name of a volume that's really big, like a Berserk or something like that. And then I realized as I'm going on and I'm doing these, I'm not doing them as frequently as everybody else, but the ones that I get the most enjoyment out of watching are the ones that have smaller collection of books when they do their manga haul. And I've learned that over time that you don't need that many books to have a giant manga haul, because that's not going to do anything for anything. Most people, especially, well, I'm going to say regular people, might not have the funds to spend that much money on manga weekly or monthly as some creators can, and other people in that nature, especially as some younger kids. You might be a younger kid that might not have the funds to support a manga collecting habit, or however you want to put it. And that could sometimes be really damaging, because you feel like you have to keep up with everybody else, when at this steady of a pace, like, I'm really glad that I slowed down, because it was at a point in time where I was buying more books than I was reading, and that's never a good thing. Regardless of however much money you have, it's never good to buy more books than you're reading. I mean, when it comes to a show, if you're buying multiple volumes out of a series, that is okay, because you're reading that series, but you're building to it. But I mean, when you're going off and you're buying 3 volumes from this show, 4 volumes from this, from this series, 4 volumes from that, 5, 7, 8, and then you just aren't getting around to those, then that becomes a problem, in my opinion. I can't speak for everybody, but in my opinion, I'm working on the way of trying to be more efficient and making the videos more better, and coming up with a way to make it engaging and informative for people that are in the same boat as me, because I'm a young adult, and I necessarily don't always have the funds to buy as many books as everybody else, because that can be definitely difficult, man. Like, it's not easy, in my opinion. You can't just, for stuff like that to happen, it isn't easy. And I want to say, when it comes to physicals and digitals, never feel afraid to go the digital route, because when you go the digital route, you're still getting the same reads, you're reading them. It just might not be physically in your hand, and I get that point sometimes too, because sometimes you just need to put the phone down or the tablet down or get away from the computer and get a physical book in your hand and just read and just emerge into that realm of that book, because I felt that way multiple times. If you watched a couple of videos on my channel, I felt that way with Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star was one of those very first book mangas where it sucked me in, and I really felt engulfed into that little world when everything was going on, and I just enjoyed that read from every single page. I was going back before I even finished the book, rereading the page, rereading the page up throughout the whole night, staring at the book throughout the middle of the night, waiting for the sun to come up so I could continue reading. I haven't had that much fun reading ever in my life till I got to that point, because I found I was in a genre of books slash manga that I loved. It really made me feel passionate about something, especially about the reads that were going on. And you can still get that feeling from digital and online. Don't feel afraid. If you are on the edge of buying something, save your money up and buy the whole entire thing at one time so you can really have that as a collector item and be like, I read that series, I love that series. That series is a little bit different from the anime, but I love it. And then you could be like, I want to read that series again. You have full access to the entire series. Don't feel the pressure of having, if you get volume 1, 2, and 3, and then you don't have enough money for 4, 5, and 6 throughout 6 months. Don't worry about that. Read the online version. I feel like that's really slowed down my process when it came to a couple of shows. When it came to a couple of titles, that slowed down my process of the way I wanted to read, because I wanted the physical books, because I felt that am I going to be on the same pace? Am I going to continue the right way that I want to? Am I going to enjoy it that way, even though I had the first 3 volumes, but I didn't? And that becomes something that is very catastrophic and can destroy you in a way when you're collecting, because you look up and then you only have 1, 2, and 3 of a series, of each series. And then these series nowadays are outside of the classic ones. Series are running multiple volumes nowadays. People are on their 27th volume of a series. If you're telling me that you're going to sit here and you're going to collect 27 volumes of each series, then you're really out of it. Unless you're really, if that's your job, then okay. And if that's the only expense that you have, if you're a younger kid or adult, and that's the only thing that your money goes to, and you can fuel everything else outside of that, then okay, go for that. But for a lot of people, realistically, 27 volumes for each series is something that can't be withstanded. Because each volume ranges from $9.99, depending on what the volume is, $9.99 to $12.99. Even if it's a hardcover, then it's going to run you a pretty penny. It might be $19.99 for a hardcover. But I'm just saying, and I'm coming to this point to where if you come across this video, don't feel the pressures of feeling that you have to buy titles. Don't feel that pressure. You don't have to. Read digitally is okay. I'm in that same boat with you, and I'm coming to understand that. I watched Manga Hero. I came to see, I was seeing his collection. I was like, I want to be there. I want a collection like that. That collection is crazy. But I realized over time, and it took time for him to get to that collection. He had to start somewhere. So don't be afraid to start somewhere. Slowly build it up, because then at that point, you have stories to tell for people. Stories to tell with the books that's on the shelf. Everything matters. But don't be afraid to read. Shonen Jump is, I think, is it maybe still 99 cents, $1.99, whatever it is. Read it. Check it out. They have amazing titles. And the titles that you see in front of you, Fire Punch, I could have swore Fire Punch was on Shonen Jump. My reason I bought it, I had never seen Fire Punch in person. Where I was located, I've never seen Fire Punch in person. So, and it was my birthday, and I felt that I haven't bought manga in months, and I just plan on doing other videos with this. So I was like, why not buy it? It's gonna help out when I do other videos, and then I get to physically read the first 3 volumes, and then I'll go digital. Nothing wrong with that. Same thing with Solo Leveling. I'm gonna go digital after that. 4 is only out. They don't have 5, 6, don't have any of those. 4 is the only one that's out, so I'm gonna go with that. Again, same until I get my hands on. Till I get a chance to get back to the store. Akira, I'm going to enjoy that. Just remember, I know when it comes to creators, you see everybody have a multitude of manga in front of them, and it could definitely make you feel like you need to be included. But those people, in different ways, have different situations and don't feel like you have to be pushed into that part. Always feel welcome to reading online. That's what Shonen app is blossoming at this point. These titles too, you can easily read them online, but if you want to collect them, go ahead. I advise that too. It's no better feeling than buying some titles and knowing that you can physically pick them up and do what you want with them. But I just wanted to get this video out because I wanted a future reference for myself, and I wanted to reference for anybody else that felt that way. I'm gonna have a couple of in depth of these titles on the channel coming 1st of July. I'm gonna do a manga haul involving these. Same as I might have a few more titles in here that I'm gonna talk about. But check out that manga haul coming July 1st, around that area. But it's been your boy Takame Love Anime. Don't feel pressured to buying titles. I know how much you can fall into that. I fell into that all the time, but don't feel the pressures of it. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe out here. Peace.